Welcome back everybody, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, and also Happy Holidays if Christmas is not your holiday. So today we're going to be covering a couple things. We're going to do some Beggared window shopping. We're also going to discuss DJI and why they're licensing their system now. And also I've gotten you some coupons, which I'll have linked down below if you can't wait till we get into that part. But you can go ahead and just click down below and go ahead and check them out. So let's start with the Beggared window shopping, and we just talk about whatever we come up with as we go along and some news that I've came across. So right now we're going to start off with the FPV drone section. We're going to see what's recently been released. Right now we have the Emax Tiny Hawk 2. Now the Emax Tiny Hawk 2, side note, everything is linked down below in the order we check them out. I'm not going to be able to possibly put the name of every product because it might be such a long list, but if I can, I'll do that. Now let's talk about the Emax Tiny Hawk. It flies great. It's really stable, but it is super inefficient. Really inefficient to the point where it's sometimes just really annoying. It's just a battery killer. Hopefully they've done something differently on this. I'll check the specs in a bit, but that is the main reason why I don't really like flying them. I'd rather fly a Toothpick, but then again, you know, there is some other options that do better than the Emax Tiny Hawk. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying there's stuff better. But overall, a lot of people would stand by this one. It's a pretty good one. I haven't tested the Emax Tiny Hawk 2, obviously, but that's something just to take note of if you are purchasing this. It's very important to know that as well. So let's see what we have. We have the GETFPV with the HD3 unit, DJI stuff. The GETFPV Dolphin. Now this is a 4-inch right here. That's pretty interesting. What's so unique about this one? I'm really curious. I haven't seen this one actually. This one was recently released here. It looks nice, TPU, as we can tell. They're going with the really ugly finish on it, but as long as it's handling itself very well, then that's a good thing. I don't see any HD recording capabilities. It's pretty basic. It's just a 4-inch. Probably flies great. Usually GETFPV has been releasing really good stuff, and again, this one's linked down below if you're looking for a 4-inch. I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied with GETFPV products. Lately they have been knocking it out of the park. Now this is interesting, the Diatone MX here. Now this is a scene whoop from Diatone. As you can tell, this looks pretty proper. I mean, the 3D printed part with the mixture with the carbon fiber here, it's slightly going to be more heavy. It's at a really great price, 6S and a 4S version. The only difference here would be the motors. I think that's the only thing that would make sense, because their stacks are basically always 4S and 6S capable. And if we're looking at it, no, they are actually using different ESCs as well. Dt600, so yeah, keep that in mind. And the weight is exactly almost identical, 295 grams. It's a pretty good weight, I think. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. So it's going for that wiener look, the wiener dog look. That's what I call those types of frames. Let's see what else we have here. So we're gonna scroll down. So Flywheel. Check these out. Don't tell me these don't look sexy as hell. These look insane. So these are just a complete kit, or you can get it as a complete kit with the DJI Air unit and not. So you have a 5-inch, a 7-inch, and another 5-inch. And let's see what else we have. But both of the 5 inches, one is a 6S, one is a 4S. And here we have another, what is that? 210. It's a 5-inch. It's a 5-inch 4S. I think I'd probably get one of these instead. This has like a complete GPS build, so this would probably be a little bit more heavier. Personally, I'd probably get the 4 or the 6 here. Let's check the 6 out. I'll have this one linked down below. The Vampire 2, it just looks so freaking nice. Let's just get a better look on this. I want to see a really nice look. So it's a True X, nice. Bluetooth functionality, that's really great. Look at the execution. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is a bottom mount frame. So if you're going for the FPV cinematic footage with a GoPro, then you might want to go for the other one. But it is really nicely executed. The finish looks great on the 3D printed parts. And, you know, Flywheel has been knocking it out of the park. They came in as a no-name, like, who the hell is Flywheel? And now they've just been, absolutely been doing themselves really great. So hopefully I'll have one of these coming in. I'm planning on purchasing one of these with the DJI Air unit because I still haven't gotten my goggles, but I have a DJI Air unit, but I'm still waiting on the goggles, so I'm saving up for that on the side right now. Here we have a TMotor Toothpick. That's interesting. I didn't know they had released one. So let's see what kind of board they're using. So they're using a Runcam Nano 2. It's an okay camera in terms of quality, especially in bandos, and in winter here, usually everything goes pretty gray. But overall, I can still see some of the wires usually hanging down in my bando. So the camera is okay. I'd give it like a 7.5 to 8 out of 10 in terms of quality. But it handles very well. So that's a good thing. It handles crashes pretty good. I didn't have any pieces of debris go in between the lens and the sensor, which I've had on the Caddx EOS. I've had that happen before. It was kind of annoying. I thought I broke the camera, but then it just disappeared by itself. So we're using MPU 6000. We have an LC filter for the video transmitter, which is good. The firmware is using a Maytag. That's weird. Maytag. Let's see what else we have. 12 amp ESCs. The TMotor F15 4500 kV 1106. Slightly too big and low kV for me, but that's fine. Oh, it's a 3-inch, so it's not really a toothpick, it's a 3-inch. Okay, so HQ prop 3-inch. This might fly really great. This is also another sweet spot, which is the 1106 4500 kV 3-inch. Those are usually really great, especially with the propellers that we have released nowadays. Those have been doing really great lately. That combo's been doing absolutely awesome. So it just looks like another 3-inch. Protection looks pretty good towards the, yeah, it looks okay. We also have a little fin here to help us with, what is it called? Flip over after death or flip over after crash. So we have that. We have an XT30, which is in spec. I just want to know the video transmitter, what video transmitter they're using right now. I'm not really saying anything. But overall, it's basically just a T-motor motors on this. That's all. That's what it really is. Using some other components, which I can't figure out what they are. Price, I think, is okay here. It's not that bad. So price is okay here. It's not that bad. Let's go ahead and see something else. The GETFPV Parrot. This is the 5 to 6S. I've flown the 3 to 4S, I think. They fly amazing. I still haven't gotten this. It's going to be very hard to find 5 to 6S batteries for such thing. Now, the HGLRC Parrot 130 lineup is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, these are in the top toothpick list of myself, which I think I might make that video. It's a really great flying one. However, this is the 5 to 6S Virgin one, which I haven't flown. I've only flown the 3 to 4S. So I've never flown this one, but they usually come tuned out of the box, and it's just a really pleasant experience, and the execution has been always really good, which is something you want here. You just want to, you know, plug that battery and just go fly. Obviously, bind it first. So here we have the Holybro Copus scene whoops. I have one. I still haven't flown it, so I'm still preparing it. This should be a pretty interesting one. Hopefully, it's going to perform really great. I expect nothing less of Holybro. And hopefully it's going to perform really great here. So we're not going to stay too much on these. I have the Eachine Lal. I still haven't flown that one. And they finally are releasing the Novice II. No, they're not releasing it by itself. That's currently it here for the FPV section. Let's go ahead and check out what's new in ESCs and everything else here. Alright, so right now we're on the multi-rotor section part. Now don't forget, I do have the coupons linked down below if you want to go ahead and skip most of this. Not everything I'm showing does have the coupons, but again, we'll cover those towards the end of the video. So here's the latest stuff that's being released on Beggared in terms of the multi-rotor parts. So we have the Vampire 2, which is the kind of the kit that we saw with the DJI Air unit here. You get it in gold and titanium. So this is just a frame. And it's a really nice frame, but again, it's bottom out. Maybe it's aimed towards racers more than anything here. But it's a really nice one actually. $50 is an okay price. It's around the GETFPV pricing range there. Here we see we have another Flywheel 20x20 ESC. Now this is a 40 amp BL-Heli32. So we'll have RPM filtering right out of the box here. And let's see how it looks like. I'm just curious to see the filtration. Filtration looks okay. But again, if you're going to be flying this, yeah, they also do provide low ESR capacitor, which is a good thing. Because if you're planning on running this possibly on a 6S, which is 2 to 6S input, you're going to need to add, either way, just add that low ESR capacitor, you'll need it. So also keep this in mind, this is very important. It's a 20x20 with M3 holes. So the hole size is going to be 3 millimeters, and it's a 20x20 mounting solution. So keep that in mind, that's also very important here. And what else do we have? 40 amp ESC sounds pretty good. And 470 microfarad low ESR capacitor. We do have some, some telemetry. Obviously, for the RPM filtering, we do have a shunt resistor, but it's not a dedicated shunt resistor for each ESC. So keep that in mind. It's using 3 ounces of copper, which is really great. That is pretty expensive actually to do. So, and again, this will be linked down below in the multi-rotor part section. So here's a new Flywheel Stack. The picture looks really boring, but it's basically an F722 Mini with 40 amp ESCs. I think one of their latest ones has Bluetooth. I'm pretty sure because one of those kits had something about Bluetooth there. So it's the same ESC that we just saw with a flight controller. Now the flight controller, this mini flight controller, it has a 9-volt regulator and it has dual camera switching. That is really great, and it's an F7. Wow, that's great actually. How many? We have 6 functional UARTs, and you also have 2 extra motor outputs, so you can reroute to something else if you wanted to. That's really great. 80 bucks. It's on the expensive side, but right now this is how most of these are costing lately. So I guess it's an okay price currently. So these stacks are really great from IFlights. So these are toothpick stacks here. And what they are, I think these are the 16 by 16. So they're 16 by 16. So keep that in mind. So if you have a toothpick frame that takes 16 by 16, or it could either take a Crazy Bee type board. So 16 by 16, this would fit perfect. And what you do, you get everything basically. You get the ESC, you get the flight controller, and you also get the video transmitter, which have all been tested and they are great. So if you're in doubt, you can always go and just grab this and have peace of mind basically. I have it on my favorite toothpick, one of my favorite toothpicks that I've modified, which is right here. And it's really great. I have the Flywheel 7650 kV motors though, because those are the best motors in my opinion. That kV in that range, and these motors are just really great. They're really strong and durable. These are the longest lasting toothpick motors I've used through crashing and everything. They're the only ones that held up really great. So this kit is really interesting. I need to calculate it later on, but I'm going to try to get it into place. Now, some people might be totally against this all-in-one board, which has the ESC, flight controller, PDB, everything built into it. But the frame is a proper frame. Motors are good motors. And propellers, what are the propellers? I have no idea what the hell the propellers are. But it's a really nice beginner kit, because here what you're missing is a video transmitter, a receiver, a camera, and that's it. You're not going to be missing anything else. So I think it's nice, but we're going to have to calculate it. And again, I'll have this link down below. So I'll try to get this in. We'll probably build it, and we'll see how well it performs. SpeedyB F4V2. I think I've released a video. That's actually really cheap now. So this is actually a really good budget-ish all-in-one flight controller if you're looking for that. This is basically, most of you probably already know this, but it has Bluetooth built in. It was one of the first ones to actually release that, and the SpeedyB app is their app. So if you wanted to support that, which I highly recommend you do, pick some of these up. They're actually at a really great price. It's an all-in-one, so the PDB is already built in, and you have a 9-volt regulator. You have, I think, LC filter. Yeah, you have an LC filter, OSD, barometer. You don't have GPS. That's just the GPS port. Bluetooth, and it's 3 to 6S capable. So overall, this is a really great flight controller, and it's actually at a really good price, which is 37 bucks in my opinion. So here's a really fun one that I actually missed, which is this one right here. So this is the Novice III, which is actually giving you a proper set of goggles, the proper drone that they've released with the Novice II, and an okay transmitter. This has proper gimbals, not super proper, but this will get you going. That controller I've used before, it's way better than the other ones they've actually provided, and you actually might be getting something proper this time. That's really great. And what's really nice with this one here is this controller basically will connect to anything. It has a multi-protocol module built in. It'll connect FrSky, FlySky, Spectrum, and the toys also. So it's a multi-protocol module built within that controller, which came out a long time ago. And yeah, it had some shady issues sometimes with the buttons and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they buffed them all out. Anyways, I'm gonna try to get, oh wow, look, they even give you, wow, this is proper. Are those really tattoo batteries? Wow, this is by far, I think, one of the best all-rounder kit you could possibly get. I'd definitely get this one though. They give you a good charger, an okay charger. They give you proper batteries. They give you the best box goggle. They give you a good controller and a really great toothpick here. or micro quadcopter. So this is by far going to be a really great combo in my opinion. It is slightly pricey though. If this was around 190 bucks, I think you got yourself an absolute winner. But again, when you think about getting started from zero, this might be the best thing to do because the goggles can still be used. The controller can also still be used on anything else. The charger can also be used on other batteries. So in reality, this is not a pretty bad kit, but I need to, I'll probably calculate this in a later video and figure out if it is a good deal or not. But right now, as first glance, it does seem like it's possibly a good deal here. And what else do we have? Novice 1, I've already tested that one. It's all right. It's okay. It's not bad. The Eachine Twig is a really good one. And, well, that's it. Let's go ahead and jump into the coupons here, see what we have, and hopefully we get some good stuff. Alright guys, so right now, here are the coupon lists, and again, it's linked down below with everything else, and the coupons are also within this coupon list here. So I've highlighted a couple of the ones that I think are very interesting, and I'm also going to talk about slightly here. There's also a lot of other things as well here, but the ones that I find to be the most interesting, I just highlighted for you if you wanted to go ahead and check those out. So the first thing that I highlighted was this one, the Diatone GT. This is the 6S version, which I've never tested before. With this coupon, it's currently 15% off. And as far as I know, none of these coupons are limited, so they're open for everybody right now. So you can get this right here. And as you can tell, they've actually fixed one of the most annoying issues that I've had with this drone, which is the antenna placement. It was absolute terrible. But as you can tell here now in the latest release, they've added some 3D printed part or some plastic part that actually holds a proper antenna this time, because they used to give you these with dipolars. So this is a nice change. It's a nice addition here. Next, it's this one right here, which I actually have right here. However, do not add a 3SHV or you'll blow the motors like I did. I ended up blowing the motors here, and I've replaced the motors on this with the Flywheel 7650, and it's by far the most durable little micro toothpick I still fly. It's my personal flying toothpick basically. So this is a really good one, especially 15% off. It's gonna be, what is that, $85? $85. Let's double check that. $85. That's a really great deal, but change out those motors. Don't fly this unless you get different motors. But overall, it's a really nice frame, very well tuned out of the box. And the only problem is the motors. It's saying that it can fly 3S, but it really can't. You burn them. I burnt them immediately, so keep that in mind also. But other than that, it's a really good one. Next one is the Eachine Novice 2. Overall, it's great. You need to modify the the rate slightly so you can have that controller work pretty decent, because of the dead zone is pretty annoying. The goggles, they just didn't really work for me, but it's a nice, beginner kit to somebody maybe. But anyways, you get 20% off, which is a pretty good, you probably get it for around 150 bucks here, which is kind of good. The drone itself is really great. This is one of my favorite freestyle frames out there right now. It was on my budget build, and it's still one of my basher quads that I fly constantly, not afraid of breaking. The frame has held its ground very well, easy to tune. It was actually pretty well tuned out of the box, to be honest. I mean, after the build. So it's a really good frame. This is why I'm bringing it up here, and I'm glad to see there's 10% off. So it's like $5 off of this. You can get 5, 6, and 7 inch, so that's really great. It's really proper package. They give you everything you need, and something I'd highly recommend. The GETFPV Skip HD. I am in love with this little micro quadcopter. I don't want to call it a toothpick. It's a micro quadcopter, but flies like a toothpick. Efficient, perfect HD recording capabilities with no annoying jitters, oscillations, or anything of that nature. So this is a really great one, and it's really nice to see that they have a coupon for this, and the coupon is for 20% off. So that's really great. $20, around $25 to $30 off here. So that's good. It's a proper micro quadcopter. Proper micro quadcopter. Just buy more propellers. What else do we have? These I haven't flown. I've flown the first prototypes. They were okay, but I guess they have a bunch of them which are also in the coupon list. 15% off all of them. So that's going to be pretty good, around $15, $20 discount here. So you can go ahead and pick some up. There's different ones. I haven't tested any of the newer ones, the final versions really. So I can't really answer that. So you're going to have to, you know, check somebody else's video on that or something. Also the TMotor here, it has a 15%, is it 12% off. So if you wanted to pick one of these up, you can do that. There's also a ton of other things here, but these are just some of the things that I wanted to cover here. This one I still want to get my hands on, and right now it's 15% off. Hopefully the HD recording capabilities are good. I'm having doubts slightly on this because of the way the canopies are, because the GETFPV here has proven itself to be a proper design for a micro HD toothpick quadcopter, which is a really good thing in my opinion, and it is by far one of my favorite HD micros that I've ever flown in terms of performance, efficiency, and the video quality, which is really great. And well, that's it guys, everything's linked down below. Go ahead and check those out. Come join my Patreon. I have a huge giveaway at the end of this month, and if you are a new Patreon of December, you guys get a separate giveaway. Currently I got like 8 or 9 new Patreons, so there's gonna be like 1 or 2 giveaways between those 8 and 9 other than my other giveaways. It's gonna be roughly around 10 giveaways this month, if not more. So yeah, come join my Patreon. You also get access to my secret shop and also my schematic files for the Open Hardware Flight Controller and Open ESC, which I've done, which you can do whatever you want with. And well, that's it guys. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.